Welcome back to Forasen Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking once more about Farmmi. Farmmi is a company that is leading an agricultural e-commerce and technology enterprise which aims to build global trading platforms for the products. Farmmi manages an industry chain of internet marketing for the agricultural products with the technology research and development, family farm development, and product processing. Our products are suitable for organic and green agricultural products and healthy foods. So that's a little bit of a quick description on Farmmi. I've done a few videos about this one before, but we have some new updates and a few things we need to highlight. First off, they have a minimum bid price requirement that they need to be reaching by before May 30th, 2022. So there's one or two ways in order to gain that compliance, but basically it comes down as that they need to reach $1 per share for greater than at least 10 consecutive business days, and it needs to close above $1 for 10 business consecutive days. Now, there is two ways to get that. Either somehow get massive news that it does jump all the way above $1, which is half its 52-week high, and it hasn't gone above to around $1 for a while, and that would mean it would basically need to reach around 5 times or 6 times the current price at 19 cents to be above $1 and stay there for 10 consecutive days. Or it does a reverse split that can easily harm the stock price, and that reverse split would probably be something like 1 in 10 or 1 in 15, because if they do 1 to 5, they're not even reaching $1 with the price drop. It would be easily not meeting that compliance requirement. So how would a reverse split really act into this one? Well, probably it's going to be somewhere by early May or so. That would be somewhere around the latest mid-May maybe. And then it would really drop the stock price significantly, and that means for every something like 10 shares, you would end up having a new 1 share that is worth a little bit more, around $1 for instance, and then drop significantly due to that reverse split. So usually that's the stuff that happens with reverse splits. Now, to better news, back on the 16th of February 2022, they announced a repeat international order. And this one relating towards their mushrooms, and the customer exports these products to Jordan, and they basically are talking about the continuing support. Now, the same news was actually released back on February 9th, 2022. And this one, I don't think it's the same one, but it's very close to Jordan-Israel borders. An agricultural product supplier in China announced that today they won another follow-up order on an order from a company's long-term customer. The latest order for dried sliced shiitake mushrooms will be exported to Israel. Now, here you have the same kind of products basically delivered to Jordan, and it seems that they're basically going around and parading into a repeat order or just an international order. It's a kind of desperation to try to get the stock price to go a little bit higher. But what happened is the stock price actually dipped, which is an interesting thing. Now, in terms of fundamentals, you're able to see that the price over sales is 2.69, and this is based on a yearly metric. So on par with what you see on the SP 500 averages, and the price over book is 0.66, so that's undervalued. Now, profitability is around 13% on gross margin, and net profit margin around 6.13. So not the highest in it all, but you're able to see that institutional buyers, savvy management actually liquidated their entire position. Overall, you're able to see it's kind of a two-way street. Royal Bank of Canada liquidated an entire position. Chain Street Group has actually liquidated their position by 82% in terms of value, but shares changed, it's around 65%. And you're able to see a company like SquarePoint added some shares, and Sequina International added some shares. So it's kind of going both ways, nothing really in one direction. But taking a look into the financials and profitability, they need to do a little bit better in order to get a better valuation with a stock price that would jump a lot higher. And the news has been a little bit dry. I mean, having just orders out and announcing it, that's something expected. That's the bare minimum, as a company needs to have orders. But anyway, before moving on towards technical analysis, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notification buttons on for this channel. And don't forget to drop a like to this video, and let's move on towards technical analysis. Now, from a technical analysis, what we do get to see for FAMI is that the stock price has been somewhat on a slump lately. The moving averages, the 50 SMAs above the 30 MA, above the 10 SMA, have been sandwiched in that direction for quite some while now. The average directional index is kind of sloping down. There's nothing much going on. It's an 850. It's kind of a horizontal line that is very much no activity going on and not really showing directions of either a bullish or a bearish direction. The 1%, however, which is very similar to the relative strength index, RSI, shows that this stock is heavily oversold, meaning that there's a lot more supply than there is a demand on this one. Now, the MACD, it kind of shows that this stock is kind of going on from a bit of a bullish move to a bearish kind of reversal risk sometime in the coming time, or at least coming weeks or so, perhaps the next week. But this can easily be rejected as it did back in 11th of February, but we didn't see much of a strong move since then. Momentum is clinking in on the negative side, very close to the 0 level, and it kind of occasionally goes between positive and negative, so it's on a very volatile level at this time being. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow both are kind of dropping downwards, suggesting we might actually get a new 52-week low. Not a good news. Moving average bands are kind of going downwards. It's between right now 22 cents and 18 cents, but the Bollinger bands are between 21 and 19. And you get to see that both of them are kind of going downwards, suggesting with low volumes, this one can easily see another 52-week high. 52-week low. I wish it's a 52-week high. Now, on the Fibonacci retracements, you're seeing another support at the 18 cents. 28 cents is a resistance. 34, 39, 43, 50, and 59. Now, if we use just the financial kind of lines, just normal price lines, you're able to see that there is a significant support at the 19 cents and then the 18 cents. There are a few resistances, however. That 19 cents kind of works as well as a resistance. It's a little bit on the higher end because right now it's 1.89 is the support. And then you have 20 cents as another resistance. And then above there, you're seeing around 22 cents. And then higher up to around 23, it jumps quite a bit to 27. And then a little bit higher to 29, 32, goes a bit higher to 36, 38, and then 41. And then higher to 44, and you kind of see the point. Now, the stock price has been seeing a massive slump ever since inception. It was trading at some point at 1032 back in May 2018. And ever since the pandemic of 2020, you're able to see that the highest it was 247. Now, that's multiple times where it is right now. The question is, will it ever see these kind of levels again? Well, without a reverse split, it's hard to see the stock rally up in this stock environment. Now, nonetheless, I do think that if it does hit that 52-week low, it probably will stabilize a little and maybe see a push by a bunch of retail members that are just seeing an opportunity to tell people, hey, it was 59 cents before. It's worth 59 cents without really basically showing strong financials or outlooks ahead, which is what the market really needs right now from this stock, rather than showing, hey, we got a new order. Show the outlook of finances and give metrics and think that is what the company needs. And if it does do that, the stock might rally for a bit. What do you think is going to happen for this one? Make sure to down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day.